In this life, nothing truly meaningful comes without risk. Every dream worth chasing, every victory worth celebrating, and every legacy ever remembered, all of them began with someone who dared to take a chance. Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that's less than the one you are capable of living." Those words hold a truth so powerful, yet so often forgotten. Because the world constantly teaches us to play it safe. It tells us to be careful, to plan for the worst, to make sure we have something to fall back on. Make sure you've got a backup plan, they say. Make sure you've got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept. Why would I want to fall back? If I'm gonna fall, I want to fall forward. Because when you fall forward, at least you can see what you're going to hit. You learn from it, you grow from it, you get closer to your purpose. Success isn't born from comfort, it's born from courage. From those moments when you take a deep breath, step into the unknown, and trust that even if you fail, you'll rise stronger. Without consistency, you'll never finish. Without courage, you'll never begin. So do what sets your soul on fire. Do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail, because failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the journey toward it. There's an old IQ test where you're asked to connect 9 dots using only 5 lines without lifting your pencil. Most people fail because they try to stay inside the imaginary box they think exists. The only way to solve it is to go outside the box. That's life in a nutshell. You cannot create something extraordinary if you never dare to step beyond what feels safe. Don't be afraid to think differently. Don't be afraid to fail big. Don't be afraid to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. They remain floating in your mind until you give them structure, until you give them direction. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his baseball career, more than anyone else in history. But when people talk about him, they don't mention the strikeouts. They remember the home runs. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. Nobody talks about the 1,000 failed experiments. They talk about the one success that changed the world. That's what it means to fall forward. Every failure brings you one step closer to something great if you're willing to learn from it. And you will fail. Let me say that again. You will fail. You'll lose. You'll get rejected. You'll be embarrassed. You'll mess up. And sometimes you'll feel like giving up. That's life. It's not a message people like to hear at a graduation or a celebration, but it's the truth. Embrace it. Failure is not a dead end. It's a detour on the road to success. When I started acting, I failed over and over again. Early in my career, I auditioned for a Broadway musical, a perfect role for me, or so I thought. Except for one thing, I couldn't sing. I didn't get the part. But I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of that theater and prepared for the next audition, then the next, and every time I failed, I prayed. I worked harder, I improved, I fell again, but always forward, because every no brought me closer to the right yes. Every rejection refined me. Every setback taught me something that success never could. So, when life knocks you down, and it will, don't stay down. Don't fall back into safety, into fear, into regret. Fall forward into faith, into growth, into possibility. There's greatness waiting on the other side of your fear, but you'll never reach it if you don't take the risk to leap. So, take risks, dream without limits, work with purpose, fail with pride, rise with passion, and above all, fall forward. Because in the end, the world won't remember how many times you fell, it will remember how many times you got back up.